Alright, back with another editing video. This time we're going to blend two pictures together using the flambient photography method. I use it quite a bit in real estate just because of bright windows, dark shadows, all of that. It helps even out the lighting. And so we'll jump right into it. You can see this is our ambient lighting shot here. And we've already brought the highlights down, shadows up, whites down, and blacks up, and what that does is just evens out the lighting throughout the entire image, makes it a little bit softer. And then I brought the exposure up some, and then we'll do our profile correction. And so this here is the flash picture, so I just copied and pasted those same adjustments here: highlights, shadows, whites and blacks, lens correction. We just copied and pasted, like I said, over to the flash photo, so that the lighting once again is evened out. And the goal is just to make a very evenly lit photo where you can see the shadows, the highlights, see out the window, see, you know, in the corners, wherever, so it's not so harsh. So we're going to select both of them, open as layers in Photoshop, and once they load up we'll select both of the layers, and I have a shortcut for Command A, or you can also go to Edit at the top and go down to Auto Align Layers. And what that does is line both of the photos up so that when you start mixing them and blending them together, all of the lines and corners and lights and windows, they all line up. So pull the flash photo to the top, and then we're going to hold down Option and click the mask button to completely cover up the image. So even though the layer is visible, it's hidden behind this mask. So we will take a white brush and start brushing. So basically what we're going to do is let a little bit of the flash photo shine through on top of the ambient lit photo where we want it. So a big portion of that's going to be the windows so that you can see the view outside, but also like the lamps where the lighting is, the left side of the bed where it's highlighted from another window on a wall to the side. And so we'll take that brush and just start brushing right here. Brush some on the end of the bed here because it's kind of in the shadow. And out here, going out this doorway and the rug. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Alright, where this lamp hits the ceiling here, and then across this white portion of the ceiling. I'm gonna make the brush a little bit smaller, and we'll brush in these windows. Make this a little bit bigger so that we can brush this whole portion in. I'll lighten that a little bit. Probably lighten these a little bit as well. It's a cloudy, rainy day outside, so I don't want, you know, the windows to look darker than the inside of the house, but we just want to see what is outside. That looks pretty good. Adjust these windows a little bit more. And we'll just hit X and save. And what this will do is open this blended image back in Lightroom, where we can add our final edits. So first of all, we'll crop the image, rotate it some to make sure it's straight. Okay, that looks pretty good. Maybe over rotate it a little bit. Alright, so we'll jump down here. I'm going to push this exposure up to brighten the image some. And we're going to bring the highlights down, the whites down, and then I'll boost the shadows and blacks just to even out the whiting even more. And then we'll add a little bit of contrast just to bring some detail back and, you know, just make it pop a little more. So adjust our white balance, click on the ceiling. It's a little bit warm, so I'm going to pull that down some. Play around with the clarity and texture. Usually push those up a little bit just to kind of sharpen the image some. And then our colors, so I like to pull these up and down to see, you know, where in the image the color is and how it affects it. So in the red, we're going to desaturate. It's mostly this blanket on the corner of the bed, and then I'm actually going to push that down into the red hue. And then on the luminance, we will I'm going to boost that up a pretty good bit. I like how it makes it stand out. So then our oranges we'll push up. This is mostly where the ambient light from the lamps are, which is in real life with not that orange, so we're going to desaturate that some. And on the hue, I'll push that into the yellows just a little bit. And then our luminance, gonna pull that down just a hair, maybe. Yeah, leave it pushed down just a little bit. Alright, and yellow is up next, so still some in the floor, but mostly in the ambient light from the lamps. Gonna desaturate that a good bit. On the hue, I'm going to push that into the greens a little bit, and then in our luminance, going to brighten that a good bit. So I'm manually watching the floor there, to the left side of the bed under the nightstand. I'm going to brighten that up some. And then greens. So our greens are mostly the pillows. You can see a little out the windows. I don't see it anywhere else, so I'm going to boost those a little bit. And then I'm going to move the hue toward the aqua side, and then pull this luminance down to give a little bit deeper of a green color. So your aqua shows up out the windows, and on the blanket, it's a little through the window there too, on the ceiling. Blues. So you get a lot of blue from the natural light coming in from the windows, but also this bench. I'm more worried about the windows here, so I'm going to desaturate that some, just so it doesn't look unnatural. And then our purple and magentas. Let's see. Desaturate both of those. Move back up to the hue. The aqua, I'm going to make that a little more green. And then our blues here. I'm actually going to boost that some into the blues. I normally pull it down, but it looks better that way. Then we're going to push this magenta more into the red to give a deeper pink color. on the rug and the blanket. And you can really see where our blues are showing up outside of the windows. It's going to brighten those, and then pull the purple down and push the magenta up just a little bit. And then on our detail, we're going to add sharpening, add noise reduction, and then we'll throw a lens correction on here just in case we missed anything. And then let's see, yeah, so that looks pretty good. Might take a mask here with a brush. I'm just gonna brush these outside views very lightly, so you can see it's like a light pink. It's not super red. So it's not going to be 100% opacity on these. But what I want to do is try to show off that view a little bit more. I'm going to boost the contrast a little bit. I'm going to warm them up just a little bit because they are very blue. It's a cloudy day. Just the tint. Add some clarity and texture just to bring some of that detail back in. So you can see the water outside, the trees. So yeah, that's pretty good. So before and after. So here we go. This is a bedroom in a $2 million lake house.